Trained High Chaparral has won the Vodafone Derby. Ridden by Johnny Matar in the blue and orange colours on the rail side, he held off a strong challenge from his Ballydoyle stablemate, Hawk Wing. He was the 9-4 favourite. His stamina proved the difference and he held on to win by a couple of lengths. It was O'Brien's second successive Derby success after Galileo's victory only last year. Serena Williams is the new Women's French Open champion. Williams clinched the second Grand Slam title of her career with a 7-5, 6-3 victory over sister Venus at Roland Garros. It was the second time the sisters faced each other in a Grand Slam final after Venus beat Serena in straight sets at the 2001 US Open.
In the end, both sisters seemed happy enough. Serena with her trophy, Venus with her camera. So they produced a truly dismal final, and the only amazing thing about it seemed to be the number of unforced errors. 114 in just 21 games. There were 79 unforced errors in the first set alone. Venus made 38. Serena's mistake count was even higher at 41. It really was terrible stuff. And when the younger sister eventually wrapped up the set 7-5, the match really could only get better. There were a few decent rallies in the second set as Venus threatened to fight back, but the Parisian crowd seemed bored and unpartisan. Serena came to within 2 points of victory with this winner. There were only 22. Serena made 18. And she won it on, yes, another unforced error, the 35th of the second set. But make no mistake, Serena Williams is the French Open champion. Jeremy Langdon, Sky News.
One of the most eagerly awaited fights of recent years is just a few hours away. Lennox Lewis takes on Mike Tyson, saying the former heavyweight world champion is going to get the shock of his life tonight at the Pyramid.
In the crown of Europe's flat racing calendar, and a crowd estimated at over 100,000 has gathered at Epsom Downs. Jewel. In the crown of Europe's flat racing calendar, and a crowd estimated at over 100,000 has gathered at Epsom Downs today. It may be gloomy weather, but it's still a colourful scene. The traditional open-top buses are out in force. There's all the fun of the fair, but all eyes will soon be focused on the great race. In 2000, we had the mighty Sindar. Last year, it was the brilliant Galileo. So which of the 12 horses running today will emerge as champion? The punters are split between Hawk Wing and High Chaparral, the two runners from Aidan O'Brien's County Tipperary yard. Hawk Wing, the mount of Mick Kinnan, is the marginal favourite, but there are doubts over his stamina and his ability to handle the rain-softened ground. No such doubts exist about Johnny Murtaugh's mount, High Chaparral, but does he have the turn of foot? Bandari and Fight Your Corner are the principal flag wavers for England. Both have won their trial races impressively. Both are trained by the shrewd Mark Johnston. Frankie Dettori is hoping that Moon Ballad will break his Derby duck, while Jamie Spencer could celebrate his 22nd birthday today in style on Moon Ballad. I think Hawk Wing can give Aidan O'Brien and Mick Kinnan a second successive Derby winner. He's the one horse in the race who looks like a real potential champion to me.
Thanks to Julian Armfield. It's a wonderful occasion at Epsom, as always. And we've got live commentary on that race in just over half an hour's time. Now, we're going to focus on the World Cup finals for the next few to take the French Open title. Let's now return to Epsom. We're a few minutes away from the English derby. Julian Armfield is there for us. Julian, lots been said about the derby not being the race it once was. Do you go along with that?
Good afternoon, Alex. Certainly not, and I'm sure the 100,000 plus crowd here wouldn't agree with it either. There's a real party atmosphere here, but at the same time it's a very serious occasion. This is the biggest flat race in Europe, no question about that.
Now, most punters have been backing Hawkwind and High Chaparral. Is that justified? Is that still the case?
It is. Hawkwind has drifted in the last few days because of fears over the ground with the rain that we've had recently. People have said that the son of Woodman may not be able to stay the mile and a half here at Epsom. However, the ground has dried up a little bit, and he's now been backed into 9-4 clear favourite ahead of his stable companion, High Chaparral.
And Michael Cannan was given the choice, wasn't he, of either riding High Chaparral or Hawkwind. He went for Hawkwind in the end. Do you think that's the right decision?
Yes, I'm sure. Well, I think he's made the right decision. Mick Cannan, who, of course, rode the Derby winner last year on Galileo, he's long felt that Hawkwind is the stable star, as, of course, has his trainer, the brilliant young Aidan O'Brien, who's also sweet on High Chaparral. We know that High Chaparral will stay. We don't know that Hawkwind will stay. The difference between the two is that Hawkwind has a brilliant turn of foot, High Chaparral more of a dour stayer, so I'm siding with Mick Cannan. I think he's made the right choice.
Yes, on that point of a horse being able to stay or not, Hawkwind was, I think, second behind Rock of Gibraltar in the 2000 Guineas, and Rock of Gibraltar is not here. Presumably that's because he might not get the distance. Correct,
yeah. Rock of Gibraltar is bred to be a miler. He's a great miler. I'm sure he's going to pick up lots of good races for the yard this year. But Hawkwind was very unlucky in the 2000 Guineas. He was drawn on the wrong side of the track, finished like a steam train, and that to me showed that he would stay this extra distance he's got to cover today.
As you say, Julian, Hawkwind and High Chaparral, both trained by Aidan O'Brien. He really is a remarkable man. I mean, how can one man come to dominate the sport as he does?
Well, it is a fantastic story. He's been dominating it now for the past 2 years or so. He's won most of the classics. He's won the Derby, of course. He's won everything. He's a brilliant young trainer. He's no relation, of course, to the great Vincent O'Brien, who used to farm all the big races. But he's going to, I think, emerge triumphant today. But don't rule out the English challenge. Bandari, Mark Johnston, who also trains the other one, Fight Your Corner. That's also fancied. There are plenty of good English challengers to take on the Irish today.
Yeah, Friday was a good day for Frankie Dettori. He won the Oaks on Casia. Can we expect him to make it a double today?
He's never won the Derby, Alex, and that's really what he wants to do. He's very disappointed with Italy's defeat. I was just talking to him. He's a bit down, but hopefully this might bounce him back.
It'll be great, wouldn't it, for him actually to get over that. I'm sure he will get over the Italian defeat if he can chalk up a victory today.
Yes, I mean, the Derby is the classic. It's the one he hasn't won. He would dearly love to do it. And don't forget the birthday boy, Jamie Spencer, 22 today, and riding Moon Ballad, who surprisingly is 20-1 in the betting here, and I think is very good each-way value.
OK, our thanks to Julian Armfield. The horses just about lining up now. Let's join our race commentator, Lee Mackenzie.
Favourite High Chaparral 7-2, Bandari 5-1, money for Frankie Dettori's horse Nahith into 6-1, 8-1 Fight Your Corner, 14-1 or more the rest.
And the course goes very sharply uphill for the first half mile, so the riders never want to go too fast because you can take too much out of the horses early on. When they get to the top of the hill, there's 7 furlongs to go, and although it's virtually downhill all the way after that to the last 100 yards or so, it's important to conserve something for the finish because stamina is important here. Looks as if Hawkwind is going to be the last one in the stalls. Well, Weng goes up now. This Hawkwind is an absolute monster. It's a fantastic looking horse. If you were asked to draw the picture of the perfect racehorse, I think you come up with something that looks a bit like him. Well, he's just hanging around outside the back of the stalls at the moment, and I don't know exactly what the delay here is actually. Mick Cannan is being patient. Never any doubt that he was going to ride this horse, and although he said maybe he could have switched to High Chaparral, I think in his heart he feels this is the one. orders and running for the 2002 Derby. Well, went a bit slow to stride with Louisville. It's a bit disappointing for the O'Brien yard. Thought he was in to help set the pace. Coshocton's out fast though with Frankie's Dream. Moon Ballard's up there close third. Then Tholjana a handy fourth. Frankie Dettori's got Nahif running fifth there, right in the middle of the bunch. Hawkwing is out very wide on the track, nearly on the outside rail. Then Jelani settled midfield too, and Fight Your Corners well back 2/3 down from High Chaparral. Bandari's only got two behind him, Louisville and Well when as they go to the top of the hill. But it's the Godolphin second string, Moon Ballard, who's worked his way to the front now, leads by a length and a half from Frankie's Dream, who's disputing second place there, with Coshocton, who's back into third. Then comes Tholjana as the ground starts to flatten out underneath them near the top of the hill, and they're going a pretty good gallop to my eyes anyway, and some of the horses are having trouble going the pace. Tholjana's already being driven along strongly in fourth place. There's a gap of 4 lengths then back to Jelani, who occupies midfield then, with Nahif racing towards his outside. Another length and a half to Bandari, who's made a few places, settled back there with Hawkwing, who's nicely relaxed at this stage. Then High Chaparral has only got 3 behind him. Fight Your Corner can't go the pace with Where or When and Louisville as they start the descent now. So heading down Tatnam Hill, and they've got just over 6 furlongs to go, so nearly at halfway in the Derby. And it's Moon Ballard and Jamie Spencer leading by a length with Frankie's Dream, the outsider, up into second place there. 2 lengths then to Coshocton. They've been going a furious gallop. There's 5 lengths back to the next one, which is Nahif. Then Bandari working his way through the field. Hawkwing is still travelling very smoothly in 6th place there as they reach the foot of the hill. They've got just over 4 furlongs to go, and Moon Ballard still has them at full stretch as they start to turn in. Coshocton's the only one within radar distance at the moment. He's 2 lengths away. High Chaparral makes a sudden move from the back. He's gone third now. Then Nahif, Hawkwing's fifth to the outside. Then Where or When as they turn for home. They got 3 furlongs to go. Moon Ballard still travelling well against the inside fence. Coshocton tries to go after him. High Chaparral comes out 3 wide. Here's Hawkwing, the monster, full of running. He's wide of the leading 2 as his stablemate High Chaparral takes up the running. 2 furlongs to go, and it's the front 2 of the betting. High Chaparral, Hawkwing to his outside, and they're nose for nose. They've kicked on from Moon Ballard. Coshocton, the rest are way out of it. Just over a furlong to go. High Chaparral by half a length, and here's Hawkwing trying to mow him down, but Hawkwing, his stamina starting to ebb, I think. It's High Chaparral by a length and a half now, and High Chaparral's going to be too strong. Hawkwing's doing his best. It's not quite good enough. High Chaparral wins the Derby. Hawkwing second, a 1-2 for O'Brien. Moon Ballard third, Jelani fourth. Fight Your Corner fifth. There's a faller. Coshocton has fallen injured near the winning line. A disaster. Then Where or When coming in with Nahif. It wasn't Dettori's Derby. Bandari well beaten. Louisville, Tholjana and Frankie's Dream. Oh, this is a disaster. High Chaparral has won the race from Hawkwing. These 2 pulled well clear of the others, but all eyes now are on the poor, stricken horse Coshocton, who is laying down by the winning post, almost motionless, and people coming to his rescue. Let's just move away from that for the time being. All the ambulances and horse vehicles are rushing into place. Terrible sight is happening right in front of the stands, right in front of the Queen, right in front of everybody. But High Chaparral was brilliant. Johnny Murtagh certainly asked him to go 2 furlongs from home. He seized the nettle. He said, now's your moment. Hawkwing tried to go with him. It looked as if Hawkwing could take him early in the straight, but the petrol started to run dry. And
well, our thanks to Lee Mackenzie, race commentator. So Hawkwing finishes second, the favourite, behind High Chaparral. So perhaps Julian Onfield, Mick Cannan didn't get it quite right in the end.
Well, he's been known to get it wrong in the past. I thought he might have got it right this time. But it does appear that Hawkwing, who's a son of Woodman, did not really stay the 1.5 miles. High Chaparral certainly did, and ridden by the marvellous Johnny Murtagh, who, of course, won the Derby 2 years ago on Sindar. High Chaparral stayed on Durley and won like a really good horse. The 2 O'Brien horses pulling clear of the others.
And what happened to Coshocton at the end? He just seemed to collapse.
Yes, whether it's he broke down or whether it's a heart problem, I don't know. It's very sad because it has spoilt what was undoubtedly a great Derby.
And the horse is still on the floor, Julian.
He is, and the jockey, so we've just got to keep our fingers crossed. It's a sad sight. It happened right in front of the stands, and the crowd has gone very, very quiet here. The partying has stopped for the moment.
Yes, sad scenes at Epsom, but that's not taken away from High Chaparral. A great performance. You've just heard, Julian, that Coshocton has broken a leg. That is tragic.
Yes, it is. Fine young horse. He'd only run 4 times up until today, won 2 of his 4 starts, and trained by Michael Jarvis, who's very popular, the oldest trainer to have a runner in the race today. Michael led up Charlottetown, the 1966 winner, and was hoping for a dream day, and there you go, that's racing.
And the going in the end just a little bit tough for some of the other horses.
Yes, indeed. Disappointments of the race undoubtedly were Bandari and Fight Your Corner, the 2 Mark Johnston trained contenders. Both very much fancied. Both had been supplemented for the race at a cost of £90,000 to the owners, and both let the side down, really. The fast pace, of course, found out a lot of the horses, especially Hawkwing. They did go absolute lickety-split in the early stages, and that meant that a stayer was going to win the Derby. It turned out that High Chaparral was the best stayer.
OK, well, thanks to Julian Armfield and the team at Epsom. Let's turn to cricket.